Hello, welcome. I'm going to do a video for you about how much fluid do your pads hold. Bum, bum, bum. I get asked this a lot. Can you make a video to show us the liquid going onto the pad to see how much they hold? I've got the two pads here. This one is the medium, which is for normal flows. So this would be like your normal disposable. If you haven't seen the pads yet, they have wings. They attach the same way as your disposables do. And that's kind of how thin the medium is. Really, really thin, basically. So that's the medium, and I'm also going to trial it with the mega. So this would be for slightly heavier periods. This would be a heavy period disposable version. Again, it attaches the same way. It is slightly thicker, as you would expect it to be, as you would want it to be actually if you had a heavy bleed, and it is slightly longer. So I'm going to just trial these two. Now, the average period we lose between 60 and 80 ml. I know there's problematic periods. I know that some people bleed a lot more than that, and I know that also it can feel like you're bleeding a lot more than you actually are, because unless you're using a cup, a menstrual cup, and you can measure out your blood, it's quite hard to gauge what that looks like anyway. So it's really hard to get a measure of how much blood you're losing. But if we take that into consideration, between 60 and 80 ml, I have here Bombay Sapphire Spirits measure. Please forgive me. I actually think that's my niece's. I think she left it here one night after a bit of a sesh. Anyway, if this is yours, Tasha, I'll give it to you when I next see you. Either way, this measure has got the 30 ml measure and the 50 ml measure. So two of the 30 for an average period, just under 2 of the 50 for a heavier period. We'll go 2 of the 50 for a heavier period. Now, that's going to be spread out over your 3 to 5 to 7 days of your period anyway. So you're not going to bleed that amount in one go. So let's all just calm down. I'm going to try the 30 ml, right? Which is half of your whole menstrual cycle. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to try it on the medium. So I'm just going to fill that with water. You can't see that, but it is filled. So this is a lot of fluid going into this pad, right? This is half your monthly loss. So maybe should I try half? No, I'm going in. I'm going in with the full measure, right? I'm just gonna, whoop, oh, we lost some. That's okay. I'm just gonna let it absorb in. You can see it's absorbed straight into the pad. That's all gone in. And you can see there's nothing coming out. No leaks, nothing coming out. Even if I push on it, like I'm gonna sit on it, nothing coming out. This is a waterproof layer, so this holds a lot of the moisture back. So that's still dry. That's half your period. I mean, really, you might bleed 10 ml on that at a time and then change for the next one. So that's just taken a 30 ml here. I'm actually even shocked myself by that. But yeah, that is still dry. There's no way of showing you that, but that is still dry, bone dry there. Wow, right, so that's the medium, and you can see there that it's all absorbed into the pad. This isn't going to be bone dry here, you know, you'd be hard pushed to find it bone dry here, but it's comfortable to sit on. You're not sitting, it doesn't feel wet when you're sitting on it. I think maybe 30 ml was a little bit of a push in this one, if I'm honest. If you're bleeding 30 ml per pad, you need the mega pad, which is the bigger one. So it's not leaking. It did just drip when I scrunched it. There. 30 ml of water, there's nothing, that's it. Sort of that 3 or 4 leaks, drips, and a couple more. But are you going to do that while you're wearing it? Anyway, I think that's pretty impressive. Bear in mind, at 30 ml, that's half your whole period, so that's not much at all. Now, the mega, let's go in. Will I do the 50 in here? Do you know what? I'm here for pushing these pads to the limits. I want to know they work too. I'm going 50. I'm going for 50 ml. Anyone raise me on a 50? I'm going for a 50 ml on the mega. Now, it's all tipping out. It's all tipping out. That's not a great example, is it? Right, okay, so we've got, give it a minute to absorb. You're not going to gush a 50 ml bleed. Right, it is sitting a bit on the top. Okay, I think that was too much at once because it doesn't like it at the top. But it's gone in. I did have to tip a bit off, I'm not going to lie, just because it was just sitting and it would have taken a while to absorb. I reckon, hold on, we've got more. So maybe if I stagger it, this is fascinating, professional TV. You know, on the adverts, they do it like this. They like literally just do a little drip like that, don't they? So I'm gonna do that. Little drip all the way across. There you go. You're gonna be sitting on it when you're bleeding, so that pushes it in. So that's gone in. That's gone into the pad. That's bone dry. There is nothing coming out of that at all. It's all in the pad. And that was almost a 50. Sorry, it's not professional, babes. But you asked and I'm delivering, okay? So I put the rest of it in. That's soaked in already, that's gone. That's bone dry. And there's nothing coming out of it at all, nothing at all. So I reckon that was probably about 30 ml as well, because we lost some along the way, you know, some spilt out as I was pouring it on, but that's actually really quite dry to the touch as well. But there's nothing coming out. It's all gone in. It's magic, babes, it's magic. So I hope that's made you feel a little bit better. That, and the Mega, I mean, I'm tempted to, I was going to get out one of my used ones. They're clean, but I haven't got a Mega to hand other than my own stash, but I don't think you want to see that. But if this Mega held, did we say 25, 30 mil, and it feels fine, imagine what the Mega can hold. So if you have got a really, really massive heavy bleeder, I wear the Megas all day, every day for my period, just because I like the confidence that they don't leak. There's nothing leaking out of them. So if you are a heavy bleeder, consider the Mega, but the Megas are quite up for the job as well. How's the old medium doing? Yeah, nothing. So I also want to share with you stain removing, because obviously we've got the grey pads now. The grey pads we've brought in because some people want to monitor their blood loss. They want to see it coming out. Some people, for post-birth maybe, need to tell their midwives how much blood they've lost. Or if you've got under the gynae for some problematic period, they might want to say how much blood can you see being lost. Again, it's really hard to tell because it absorbs so much. If you want to monitor your blood loss, you need a cup really, but I can't see that happening after birth, and some people don't get on with them anyway. But for the staining, navy, you don't really see the stains. To be fair, it doesn't eat. I mean, that's wet. It looks like that when you're wearing it. That would be what the blood looks like on the navy, to be honest. And then when you've washed, it's pretty much gone. But the grey will be a bit harder. So to remove stains, what we normally say to wash your pads is take your pad off. What I do is I sit on the loo, I chuck my pad in the sink and just let the cold water run over it for a bit so it absorbs all the cold water while I'm on the toilet, changing my pad, doing all that stuff. When I've finished with that, I literally just use whatever I've got to hand. I mean, I've got some kids shampoo, I might use that. For me, personally, I just think soap is soap. You know, shower gel, hand wash, detergent, I'm all about just soap is soap. That's my personal preference, and it's not for everyone. You may want to keep a little bottle of detergent next to your bathroom sink. So once you've soaked it, you're just going to put a drip of whatever cleaner you're going to use, rough it up like this, and then run it under a hot tap then, as hot as your hands can take really, because you want to, and you're just literally going to rinse it and squeeze it and rinse it and squeeze it until the blood's all run out and until it's all clean. Then you want to stretch it out like this. I just give it a bit of a yank, because with all the roughing and the scrunching, it can make it feel a bit ruffled up like this. So you want to give it a good stretch out so that it's nice and flat again, and you can either just dry them flat on your windowsill, or if you've got the heavier pads and it's a bit chillier now, I use this. I'm currently on my period, so these are mine drying. I use this. I got this from IKEA, but you can get them from Amazon and all those kind of places as well. For like, this was £3 in IKEA, and I hang that in my airing cupboard, and they will be, even the bigger pads, are dry overnight for that. So when you're buying your stock, it's a really good idea to factor in how you're cleaning them. If you're going to just soak them in water and then collect them all up in your storage bag and then put them all in the washing machine, you're going to need more pads. If you're going to wear them and then wash them, dry them and have a quicker turnaround, you'll need less pads. It's not rocket science. So stain removing for the grey. If you're wearing grey and you're really particular about the stains, you don't want to see any stains, here is a little recipe that you can use. Get a little pad and pen, or hit the triangle. Actually, everybody should be doing this. Hit the triangle in the bottom left hand corner that goes like that, like a little V. Hit that and that will save your this post, and you can come back to it. What you're going to want to do is 4 tablespoons of bicarbonate of soda. I've written it down so I don't get it wrong. 4 tablespoons of bicarbonate of soda with 60 ml of water, and it makes a paste. But you rinse your pad first under cold water, get all the blood out, because the blood is going to be in the pad. So rinse it under cold water, always cold when you're rinsing for blood. Give it a good rinse, wait till the water runs clear, get rid of all the blood. And then if you see a stain on here, get your paste it onto the stain and leave it for 3 hours. And then you can just rinse it off and wash as normal. And the bicarb should lift the stain out. Make sure that you really, I'm just checking my notes because I don't want to get this bit wrong. Make sure that you always with blood, dampen with cold water, even before you do the stain thing. So it's really straightforward when you think of it like that. It'd just be like, imagine if you've bled on your pants, you know, like when your period, it happened to me this week, your period turns up, not quite ready for it, bit of blood in my pants, literally took them off, washed them in a cold water in the bathroom sink and threw them in the washing machine. And that's it. I don't freak out about it, that is just what's happened. Sometimes if we leak in our beds, oh my God, if you've been following me a while, a couple of months ago, I leaked in a hotel room. I didn't even have any spare clothes. I just had the same jeans, blood on the jeans. I wasn't wearing my pads, babes. Whoa, 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 whoa. I wasn't wearing my pads. I'm okay if you're staying in a hotel and you don't want to do the whole rinsing of the pads. I wore a disposable organic pad and it leaked. And I haven't leaked through mine at all, so I was pissed right off. Like the creator of the most absorbent reusable pads, oh my God, leaks out in London. Anyway, yeah, if you get blood on anything, if you cut yourself and you get blood on anything, you just wash it out. That's just what you do. So what I do is I hand wash mine every morning. Like when I get out of bed in the morning, I throw it in the shower with me and I wash it with just shower gel in the shower. And then once my period, then I hang them up. And then once my period's finished, I put them all in the wash with normal clothes, up to 40 degrees, no fabric softener. The fabric softener will put a waxy coat here, so it will reduce absorbency. It will be really bad for the absorbency. It puts a wax layer on top of the fabric. No tumble dries, no direct heat. You don't want this to shrink, basically. There is a little bit of initial shrinking after the first wash. That's just because when they're made and sent to us, they're vacuum packed, so they're pretty flat. When they've been washed and roughed up a bit, they could curl on the edges a little bit. That's fine. That's why you just give them a little yank while they're wet. Put them on in the washing machine, hang them out to air dry, put them in the airing cupboard. I think that's pretty much it about the care. If you don't want to wear them out and about, don't wear them out and about. It's fine. You don't have to go all in. Just wear them in the house, wear them at night time. If you do want to wear them out and about, we have a 2-compartment bag. I haven't got one with me, Ever the Professional. One side says wear me, one side says wash me or clean me. It's got a zip across the top and it folds in half. So you can take a clean pad out with you, and then when you switch, or clean pads, it probably fits, it'll fit about 3 mediums, 2 megas. You just literally take out your clean pad, take off your used pad. If you can't rinse it, it's not essential if you're out and about, you know, it's awkward in public toilets. Just fold it up. The smaller pads, the medium and the mini, you can fold them in, curl them up like that, so that it's all, hold up, what's she done? Like a little parcel, and then you might be able to just get one popper done. On the mini it's easier, but you can pop them up like a little parcel like that, slip it back into your wear 'em out bag and zip up, you're good to go. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments for me. I'm always here to answer questions, and no questions too stupid. I've been asked every single question imaginable. Or if you would rather, send me a DM. My DMs are open to you, my darling. I am here to help you and assist you in making the switch to reusable products. So, ta-da! Thanks for watching. Share it with your friends. Tag your mates in it below if they've got questions about, oh, how to use those reusable pads. It's just so weird. How would you clean them? Tag them here and then they will know. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.